Hello. Apparently, the first thing I see is pipe bomb, and I just got out of Italy. Hello. Hello. How are we doing? Hope we're doing good. I guess it's been like a month since I last streamed, so yeah. Hello. How is the volume, by the way, on the voice? Is it okay? Hope so. Yeah, I was gonna do like a whole bit for the intro where it's like, it was late on a Saturday morning. I was sitting hunched over my desk with a cigarette in one hand and oh god, there we go. Let's up it a little bit. Slightly low, to be honest. Okay, I put it at max. Hope that works. But yeah, I was going to do something like, with a glass of whiskey in the other. I had to solve this I don't know, whatever. At least I didn't leak someone else's IP address. No, I don't think I've ever done that before. I think. Maybe. Now I'm questioning myself. Also, this time, I will not forget to put this on. There we go. Lovely. I'm actually gonna... You've made me paranoid now about checking my microphone. Microphone. There we go. We all good? No, that's the wrong thing. Why is it? Is it still low? Date type comes under sound settings. The PNG. Uh-oh. Is that better? No? Is the PNG good? Bad? You can get rid of it. There we go. It's good. No, too late, it's gone now. There we go. There's my microphone. Device properties. Is that 95? That's a reasonable sort of voice level, I guess. Right. That's enough of that. Let's actually think about the game and get some proper volume in it. There we go. All good. Is that a decent level? I think so. Screen shake. My favourite. Oh, I've got a slight little cropping error here. You know what? I don't think it's going to be that much of a deal breaker, is it? Is it all good? I guess. Am I leaking my IP address? Good. Alright. Hello, this is Stillwater. I found it because I was like, you know what? I haven't streamed in a very long time and I didn't really know. Pipe bomb. Oh. I see. But it's good to have people here. It's nice. I enjoy it. It makes me feel not so lonely after what has been an interesting week. Oh man, this week has just been trying to kill me. Yeah, so we are playing I paid for it, just because why not? What is $5? I just put down $5 for it. And I thought, you know what, this looks nice. I didn't really know what to stream. I didn't. Not gonna lie. I didn't really want to play Bolt Gun again. It's not really my thing. I don't like shooters that much. I used to when I was a teen and I had like Xbox Live, because yeah, everyone played Call of Duty then, but you know, it was loud, stressful. I kind of got exhausted with it. I kind of saw what it was and thought, you know what, I think I've had enough, you know. But I thought I'd play something a little bit chill, something that we can get through quite easy. And so I saw this. It was a part of the LGBTQIA plus bundle on itch.io. I thought, you know what, it is the time of the month. No, it is the month. It's not the time of the month. That's something else. It is the month, which shouldn't just be a month because shit's gay all year round, sir. So, WTF. Sorry, did I say something weird? It's that month of the month, yeah. I need to learn when I'm not just spewing random rubbish and actually, you know, get started with things that people are interested in. Okay. Menus here, go away. There we go. This is a work of fiction, I gathered. The resemblance to any real-life people is purely coincidental. This game contains depiction of horror, mature themes, violence, and strong language. Viewer discretion is advised. Great start. Is that alright for volume, I guess? Right. I'm sorry, but I can't stay here anymore, Nina. I feel like I'm going crazy. So, calm down if we can just talk it out. So many strange things keep happening after another. Every day there's this damn dripping sound. I thought it was just some leaking at first, but it's actually water torture. I had checked every faucet. I checked every tap, every ceiling, every pipeline, and still faucet. I checked every faucet. One time I was just chilling in Pompeii and there were multiple cats just chilling. You know what? I have also been to Pompeii. Is it the... well, I've been to the ruins of Pompeii. That was 2009? It was a very long time ago. I haven't been to Italy in a... Like, I was supposed to go a couple of years ago. But, I just haven't been back since. I really like Sorrento, and I remember climbing up Mount Vesuvius. Good times. Good times. But yeah, multiple cats just chilling. You know what? That's what cats. You know, I wish I was a cat. You know, just no work, no school, no responsibilities. Just meow meow. I still hear it everywhere, constantly echoing in my ears. Oh, but the water. I find random pools of water just that appear out of nowhere, just like the dripping. But it's at night. It's at night when it comes. Same. I don't know if it's my paranoia, but I swear I could hear footsteps walking along the hallways, walking on pools of water. They walk. And they walk. Upstairs, then downstairs. I didn't say anything at all. Upstairs. And upstairs, downstairs, and upstairs, downstairs, and upstairs, downstairs, and upstairs, downstairs, upstairs, downstairs, upstairs, downstairs, upstairs. Oh God, that's just making me choke on my own words. And it goes on and on and on and on like that. But somehow it does come to an end. And boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats. Yes. And it ends all in front of your grandfather's room. I know that is a lot, but you have to believe me. No matter how many times I clean, it just won't end. I can't stay here any longer. I'm sorry, Nina. It's okay. I understand. Thank you for taking care of my grandfather. Nina, please listen to me. I don't know what's happening around here, but... The woman on the phone cautiously looks around before speaking again in a hushed tone. Something terrible is lurking through this house. I don't know what it is, but please leave as soon as you get back. Take your grandfather and just leave this place. Exclamation mark. I can't just leave. That's my home. Please, Nina, this place, it's not safe. Get a hold of yourself. We need to leave. How is the background volume? Is it noticeable? There is sort of like an ambience to it. I could probably turn up just maybe a tiny bit. Oh no. No, that's not audio. I don't know what you saw, but I just can't leave things like this. You can hear the ambience. Good. Yeah, but yeah, kinda low. Just tweak it a little bit. That sounds good. That's a bit better. Is that too loud? All good, all good. I'm kind of seesawing with my arms. I don't know how I keep myself sane. No, perfect. Wunderbar. That's great. It's my home. It's my... Okay. Sorry. It's my fault there. I've got mouse on screen. You can go up there. Amid a foggy afternoon. It clearly says Monday. It doesn't even say Monday. It says morning. Amid a foggy morning, there sits a man by the corner of a booth. He drinks black coffee and, depending on his mood, occasionally orders a donut. Get a grip. Oh, God, yeah. Get a fucking grip. Tell me about it. And today, it was just black coffee. Ugh. I swear, I've never seen that amount of paperwork in my life. A freaking mounting worth of it. Scrungly. Tell me about it. Am I seeing it on screen? I'm here, yeah. You're a valuable member of our team, Hugo. My foot. I'm starting to believe that I was bamboozled into joining their agency. Tell me about it. Huh. Hugo Lauren, age 30, takes a good look at his cup of David and chugs it all in one sitting. He then continues to grumble to himself about last night's grueling work at the office. I really need to find a different job. As he contemplates his poor life decisions, same, he looks out towards the early mist. There was something inherently terrifying about the fog to him, how it engulfs everything and nothing. He's just like me, for real, for real. We even wear the same coat. Even if it disappears, it always leaves behind traces. Proof of it remaining. Even in a quaint little town like this, I can't even run from my fate, I guess. Hugo finally stares at his compiled newspaper clippings he put together. Some of them from recent events, but mainly all were past headlines of missing person cases. No matter how many times I see this, it's still just as hard to look at. Perfect line reading. Fixating case after case, he can't help but remind himself that there is a reason for all this. Type detected. 0 out of 10 unplayable. An all too personal reason. Seeing strange things come with a price. In the end, I'm the one doing this to myself. Sounds rough. Mind if I join? An annoying familiar voice interrupts his train of thought. He slowly looks up to see the one responsible, although reluctantly. Good morning, Hugo. Hugo scowls and turns away from him. He then gathers the files and shoves it back into the binder. Can we just... Hold on, there's the mouse. Head pat. Give them both head pats. Meanwhile, the tall man takes this as an initiative and sits. It does say initiative, right? Initiative, and sits at the opposite end of the booth. He greets the waitress passing by and orders himself the Hefty Bodies breakfast special. Why is that loud? Why is that big? With an extra plate. As usual, the waitress is happy to oblige and goes back to the counter to relay his order. The man then looks back at Hugo. He sees the empty cup and the now jumbled newspaper clippings. Almost Hugo is trying to ignore him. You really should eat something with that black coffee. Not ordering any donuts today? I am fine, Noah. I'm just not in the mood, okay? Not even a little? There is a momentary silence between them before Noah disturbs it once more. Too bad for you. I ordered a big breakfast for the two of us. You got something in your eye, Noah? Two? Oh my god. As if the world could grace Noah with an even more perfect punchline, the food arrives. Why the hell did you order for the two of us? Just eat what you want to eat. Don't worry about me. Hell yeah, brown breakfast. This is what we eat. Wow, this looks so delicious, right, Hugo? I guess. Are you even listening? Are you even listening to me? Come on, we both know that if you don't eat now, who knows when you will, and I'm not about to let you faint again. So open wide. This is cute. Noah de Leon, age 27, a natural-born charmer, just as equally persuasive as he is threatening. British. Wait, it's not even British. It's not even British. But you got the fucking pancakes on there, man. You got your pancakes. You got your eggs. You got your sausages. You got your fake streaky bacon. Terrible. You got. Is this beans? I think this is beans. Oh, and your fried tomato. Good stuff. No fried mushrooms though. It's good. Right? Good food will always help cheer you up. Damn him, I got swept away again. Oh, by the way, the chief will be out for a business trip. She mentioned it will be for a couple of days. When did she tell you this? I didn't hear anything about it. Yesterday, I think? Yesterday? She told me to sort out the cabinets yesterday. She didn't even mention anything about a business trip. I guess it was a pretty sudden one. Well, I mean, she did tell me to tell you. And lucky me, I know where you go every morning. You know what? I'm not surprised anymore. Mood. Well, what do you want to do? We technically have the day off. I'm gonna head back to the office. There's a couple of boxes I didn't get a chance to sort out. In that case, I'll come with you. Why? You could just rest for the day and pass up the opportunity to get to know you better? Ah. He's a charmer, he's a smooth charmer, he's a talker, he's a walker. He drinks some water. There we go. Quit it. After their enlightening banter, the two of them finish their breakfast, pay for their meals, and head to Hugo's car. As Noah opens the door to the passenger seat, he notices a bloodhound sleeping inside. The big dog stirs at the sound of the car opening and lazily stares at Noah. Ah, I'm sorry, big guy. He then closes the door whilst trying to not make too much noise to disturb its occupant. Two guys on their day off less than 5 feet apart because they're not gay, obviously. Colby. At the sound of his name, his heavy-lidded eyes slowly peek to see who calls him. Did you know I used to have? Our family used to own 3 basset hounds, which is like the shorter, stubbier version of the bloodhound. They look exactly like that, but with shorter legs. Very short lifespans, though, for a dog. Very prone to cancer. Yeah, used to have 3 basset hounds. I kind of grew up with them. Yeah, I know. We lost the last one like 2 years ago. Yeah. Oh well. They shall be missed. It is his one and only partner, his human. And finally, realizing who he is or where he is, the old bloodhound stirs up from his sleep, bounces at Hugo, and proceeds to wag his tail uncontrollably. Burk. Good morning again, Colby. Had a nice nap? Colby, 8 years old. Hugo's most faithful and loving partner in crime. That is getting kind of later for a bloodhound. Has the biggest tendency to just sleep all over the place. Noah, who is witnessing all of this from the back seat, chuckles to himself. He's amazed and slightly defeated by Hugo's sudden surge of energy. Ha! It doesn't matter how many times I try. When it comes to boosting up his mood, no one can beat Colby. Agency, 7:50 a.m. The three headed back to the offices. The three headed back to the office. The space just the same as Hugo left it. Come in second place to a dog. Shake my head. You know what? Absolutely right. Pets and animals are far better than humans. A decent, organised mess. To his credit, for the amount of boxes he painstakingly went through, he believes he did a fair job. I'll bet could have been better. Wow, you really outdid yourself, Hugo. It looks less crowded. Ah, shut it, will you? I said I was going to get to it. Woof. Thanks, boy. Before Hugo could continue to give deserved headbats, he notices someone. A woman standing timidly, peering outside of the storefront. The woman appears a bit frantic. Dishevelled and wearing ill-fitted clothes, she appears to be distressed about something. When she finally makes eye contact with Hugo, she immediately rushes in. I'm so sorry. I know that the close sign is up, but I saw you come in and Are you alright, miss? I need your help. My grandfather, before she even it wasn't even stuttering then, it was just me. Before she can continue, Noah swiftly intervenes. It's okay, we'll hear what you have to say. So please, why don't you take a seat? Noah gestures to one of the empty chairs. The poor woman hesitates for a moment before heavily sighing in relief. She then walks towards the corner of the room and sits on the sofa.
Can you start by telling us your name? I'm sorry for earlier. My name is Nina Mortimer. I need help watching over my grandfather tonight. Watching over your grandfather? Yes. I'm sorry, Miss Mortimer. I don't quite understand. Is he in danger? I'm afraid he is. Miss Mortimer, if that's the case, wouldn't contacting the police be better? No. I've tried requesting their help, but all they gave me is the same answer. There is nothing we can do about it. If only I knew who... Okay. Now we come to the first pronunciation issue. Is it Louis or is it Louis? That's the thing. Louis or Louis? Do we want to go French or do we want to go English? Say the first one, Louis. If I only know who Louis was. Louis? Nina fidgets at the name. She looks at the side before reaching out from her bag for an antique letter. My grandfather received a cryptic message the other day. It didn't come with an address or the name of the sender. However, the only thing I did pick up was that name. As she hands over the letter, Hugo notices her hand slightly shaking. Whatever lies in this note must have shaken her this badly. Delicately, Hugo removes the content of the envelope and unfolds it. At first glance, it seems like any normal written message. A person named Louis asking the other, Henry, to come meet him by the lake at midnight, needing to share something important with him. However, what's eerily striking about this letter is not the message itself, but rather at the bottom of the page, a sentence far more disturbing is written. I am coming for you, Henry. They're coming for you, Barbara. Oh god, it's the zombies all over again. Were there any other letters like this? A few of them. I thought it was a sick joke at first, but this one was different. Up until now, I've never heard of anyone by that name. Not even a relative or a family friend. But they clearly know who my grandfather is. If I don't do anything, if I don't do something about this, I'll lose him too. Just by uttering those words alone, Nina breaks down. Hiding away her tear-streaked face, she begins to quietly sob to herself. As an act of comfort, Colby sits closely to Nina whilst Noah fetches tissues for her. Hugo, on the other hand, is puzzled. This very well could have been a prank, but she seems certain. Certain that whoever, or whatever this Louis person is, they're coming. Are they now? Do you want more tissues? I'll do it. I'll take on your case. For a moment, silence fills the room. Only stares at... Coming? Tissues? What's all this then? Only stares are directed at Hugo until Nina finally stands up and walks towards him. You'll take it? Hugo simply nods. Thank you. You don't know how much this means to me. We're glad to help, Miss... Nina is fine. Well, Nina, we'll do our best. Nina slightly smiles at Hugo before reaching into her bag once more and takes out a note. This is my address. I'll be sure to greet you once we get there, detective. She politely bows once more before heading to her car and drives back home. Once out of sight, Hugo turns to look at his cluttered desk. Still messy, but presentable. I guess I'd have to sort these out. I guess we'd have to sort these out later again. Again and again and again. Car. 5:30 p.m. From the ongoing downpour to the quiet hums of the car, they sit in silence. Still miles off from their destination, Hugo constantly checks the rearview mirror. Noah, my stomach is growling. Noah, who usually chats his ear off by now, sits completely still. He looks out to the passing streetlights, reserved and distant. Hey, you're a lot quieter than usual. What's wrong? Ha, this is a surprise. Have you been looking at me, Hugo? No, you idiot. You usually just talk a lot, that's all. So, do you miss me talking a lot? Just say it. I didn't want to offend Nina earlier, so I kept quiet until she finished. But her last name caught me off guard. It was her last name that caught me off guard. Have you not heard about the Mortimers? They're a pretty distinguished family. Well, they used to be. What do you mean? They've been struck with so many tragedies that over time people began to believe that they were cursed or something. Every other year, I would see a headline on the local news about one of the family members' deaths. And you know what's strange? All of them have been labelled as accidents. No foul play, no nothing. Just another unfortunate event for the family. Maybe I understand why she wouldn't go to the police. She probably thought they'll perceive her as paranoid or hysterical. Or worse, crazy. I can't imagine all of this for Nina. And most of all, who knows what we'll find there. Is that why you decided to come with me? Well, partially. I'm more worried about you, though. Think of it this way. I'm the appointed driver. When you decide to do some pretty reckless shit, I'll be there to drive you to the local hospital. Ugh. Besides, two are better than one. Exactly. I was fine with Colby coming with me. Well, have you heard that 3 is better than 2? Ugh. The Mortimer Estate, 6 p.m. Passing through countless dirt roads and steep cliffs, the estate reveals itself beyond the evergreen. Nestled and tucked away from prying eyes, it stands tall. Not still, tall. How's the volume of that rain? Is it good? I hope so. Looming from a distance. Hugo and Noah could only gaze at the sheer scale of the manor as they parked adjacent to Nina's car. Wow. And to think she came all this way just to request us. It took more than a couple of hours to get here. Maybe she didn't really have a choice. She really didn't have a choice. What do you mean? Come on, she's waiting for us. Immediately after exiting the driver's seat, a sudden sharp pain weighs heavily on Hugo's chest. Grasping tightly at his coat, he begins to gasp for air. His gaze hazes as he leans close to the car. Like a fish drawn out from sea, he desperately heaves. But the ache he harbours pales in comparison to the pain, far more excruciating. Is it the house? His gaze hazes isn't a great structured sentence. No, it's something far more sinister. He feels it. Someone is watching him. A piercing gaze fixed on him, like leering at a bug and waiting to strike. I'll never forgive you. What the hell? ready? I need to hurry or else. Hey, are you alright? Noah calls out to him, snapping him out of the asphyxiated trance. Colby nudges his head against Hugo, whining with concern over his partner's well-being. Did you just hear that? Just now? Hear what? The voice. It was so close to my ear, Is everything alright? Oh, I'm fine. Don't mind me. I'm just a bit I'm just a bit winded from the trip, that's all. Yeah, how do you get winded from a trip? I'll be happy to make you coffee at the very least. If it's no trouble. No, not at all. It's the least I can do. What the fuck is that? Sure, man. Sure. Sat too hard. Once again, the subtle uneasiness from Nina surfaces. But before Hugo could get a chance to look further into it, she walked off towards the front porch without saying a word. Are you sure you're alright? You sounded like you were choking earlier. I said I'm fine. Besides, we're already here. We can't back out now. Listen to me. I think you should... Noah abruptly cuts his lecture short as he notices Nina stopping by the front door. She stands there silently, as if contemplating something. I know this may sound rude, but I didn't get a chance to know your names. Well, you were pretty out of it when you walked in. I'm really sorry about that. No worries. This is Detective Hugo Laurent, his assistant Colby, and I am his second assistant, Noah de Leon. It seems so surreal, just like a cartoon. Meta commentary. Not second assistant. I don't know. Did I say something wrong? I don't know. Second assistant. Imagine that. The dog being the first assistant. I would once be Noah's assistant. Nina meekly smiles before turning away from them. I haven't been quite honest with you, Detective Laurent. Just like before, as if carefully choosing her next words, she decides that in this situation, words are not enough. You'll see for yourselves what I mean. And with that, Nina enters the house, leaving the three to follow behind. Hugo is about to enter through the foyer when he feels a tug on his arm. Don't forget what I told you. If something happens, let me know right away. You'll be the first to know. Oh my god, my stomach is growling. I should have eaten something before doing this. And with that, Noah releases his grip on Hugo. They proceed to head in, not knowing what awaits them beyond the door. You heard it. Oh my god. That's so embarrassing. You can also hear my little sippy sips. Wonderful. Greeted with a brightly lit hallway, Hugo notices that the interior is just as grand. Adorned with floral accents and antique paintings, it exudes an elegant charm found only in a resplendent house such as this. However, Hugo notices something even more distinct than the splendor. This house is more terrifying inside than out. Please come this way. Bracing themselves, they entered a dimly lit drawing room. At first glance, Hugo could not discern the silhouette situated at the far corner. However, on closer inspection, he now understands the reason for of Nina's unsettling vagueness. Grandfather, we have guests. Sitting on the armchair is a young man. He is dressed in a white-collared down dress shirt, tucked in with black slacks and black penny loafers. Man, if I aged this well, I want what he's got. Honey, what moisturizer do you use? You know, because my Nivea clearly isn't working hard enough. Staring only at the window, the young man sits there, dazed with little acknowledgement of the people around him. Still, motionless like a doll. Grandpa, these are the people I spoke of. This is Detective Laurent and his two assistants, Colby and Noah. What wearing sunscreen does for you, am I right? They're going to help us. Even after introducing them to the head of the Mortimer estate, my stomach rumbles. Hugo and Noah could not help but feel unnerved. The man before them is supposed to be frail and older than any of them. But here he remains, young, forever unchanging. Forever young. Sorry. Only like 2 people are going to get that reference. Is it even a popular song? I wanna be forever young. There you go, you got it. I couldn't help myself. They've come all this way, so I'll be making some coffee. Would you like some, Grandpa? The young man still does not reply back, never glancing at Nina or anyone else in the room, only fixed on the rain. I'll be sure to make you a cup. I'll be sure to make a cup for you too. She then timidly gestures to Hugo and Noah back towards the foyer. Bearing more questions, the two follow Nina outside. But before they leave the drawing room, Hugo takes one last look at the young man. There's an all too familiar air about Henry Mortimer. His eyes, they're similar to his own. Whatever he must be longing for, Hugo knows that it will not end well. Nina, that man. Yes, he's my grandfather, the one I asked you all to watch over. I know this is hard to believe, but Nina draws something out of her pocket. It's an antique picture of a young man with slick back hair wearing a luxurious suit. He appears to be poised and refined, a complete contrast to the current Henry Mortimer. This isn't much to go by, but I swear he is the same person. Then why does he look so young? It happened a few nights ago. I was on my way to get a cup of tea when I heard a loud thud coming out of my grandfather's room. I was worried that something fell over, so I went to go and check. When I opened the door, I found him collapsed on the ground. I rushed to help him up, but when I did, he looked so different. So many things were rushing to my head, and yet he felt so familiar to me. He wore the same clothes that my grandpa wore that night. And his face, I recognized his face. He just looked younger. That was also the same night I found that letter. It was next to him, already opened. I'm sorry again for all this. No matter who I went to, they either said something was wrong with me or my family. With everything going on, maybe they're right. The pools of water, the dripping sounds, the letter, and now this. Maybe my family really is cursed. They're not. Curses aren't real. Detective? I think we easily get too involved in believing that sort of thing exists. In reality, the one who fixate on it feeds off it. Oh, my stomach. I need to like sit slightly away because it's like right in front of my stomach. It's embarrassing. Rumors, doubts, lies, all of those things are what they want to become real. Deep-rooted emotions like that can't possibly be healed or fixed right away. But like a curse, those emotions drag other people down with them. Personally, I think you're caught up in all of this. But I assure you, we'll see this through. For you and your grandfather. Thank you. Good. I want to go back to see that dumb smile face again. Now, our first priority is to find more about this Lewis. Nina, the letter you showed us back at the agency, do you have it with you? Oh yes, it's here. Do you mind if I borrow it for a bit? I'll be sure to give it back. Of course. I'll check upstairs. Noah, you and Colby check the ground floor. Got it. Before they leave to do their own investigations, Hugo grabs a hold of Noah's shoulder. He leans in close enough for Nina not to hear. Keep a close eye on Mr. Mortimer and Nina. Especially Nina. Okay. I'm counting on you. You too, boy. And with that, Hugo heads upstairs, starting his investigation. Mortimer Estate, 1:30. 1:30? 11:30. After searching vigorously through each of the rooms, he knew his findings would eventually lead him here. This is it. Hugo walks towards the nearest lampshade and opens it. Lampshade and opens it? Wait, did I read that right? Dimly illuminated, he sees the extent of how lavish this part of the house is. From customized drapes to vintage furniture, everything here exudes the extravagance. But much like the interior Hugo has seen so far, he finds this one in particular reeks of it. Plastered from wall to wall, a sense of gloom lingers. It's as if the room itself is mouldering despite its preserved nature. I need to hurry. I don't want to stay here for too long. He searches and searches, still with no sign of anything. Not one thing pertaining to Lewis. Damn it, nothing? As if he had cleared out everything, just blank everywhere. No, it has to be here. Hello? Did the stream stutter? Probably me. Hold on, let's have a look. No, seems to all be good. Oh, it's back. No, it was all good. It was all good on my end. There was no warning. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see later. Sorry. No, it has to be here. I'm just missing something. He ponders again before remembering the letter. This is the only proof Lewis exists so far. I'll try and read it again. Maybe I overlooked it. As he takes the letter from the envelope, he notices a change within. Bearing no foreboding threat at the bottom of the page, it just looks like a regular letter. What the? If you can't come, then I understand. It's pretty dreary after all. But if I can ask one last favour of you, could you keep my locket? I know this is selfish of me, but I'd like for you to have it. I'll be happy knowing it's with you. Thank you for everything, Henry. Forever yours, Lewis. Is this the same Lewis? I thought he was the cause of all this. I don't understand. Without a warning, the sound of a click can be heard across the room. As if something unlocked itself. Hugo turns around and sees the foot of the bed. Sees at the foot of the bed a chest. Unlike the other furniture, its dark and rustic features have not been maintained well. Left to rot on its own. Preparing himself, he opens the chest. Inside, scrambled together, are a bunch of notebooks and small trinkets. Hugo continues to rummage through when he stumbles across an old newspaper article. Young man found dead by the lakes. An unidentified young man was found on the morning of XXXXXXX, 3 days prior to his death, according to the police. Ruled out as suicide, police have claimed that the troubled youth drowned himself. The Roman numerals. In the year 2020, oh shit, it happened during COVID. This certainly is a tragic loss and unfortunate event indeed. There were 2,020 comments. No, wait a minute. That's not even 2. That's 10. What am I talking about? I am insane. Wait, that is 20, isn't it? 2 X's? I don't remember. 2 X's is 20, right? Pretty sure it is. Yeah, lol. Okay. I had a moment of crisis there. I thought I went mad. No claimant of his body has been made yet. Lewis. By the corner of Hugo's eye, he spots a bright glint buried beneath the clutter. He reaches for it. A locket of brilliant gold shines unblemished, retaining a timeless luster. Inside, it safeguards a picture of a young man with glasses smiling brightly. This must be the locket that he was talking about. It's so pretty. I'm surprised it still shines like this. And this picture. Did he put this here? No, it might have been Henry. But why? Why would he store it away like this? What should I do? Are we taking the locket? I imagine it's going to prove well with our investigation. Take it! I should probably hold on to this for now. Hugo is about to put everything back into the chest when he feels a wet and cold sensation crawl up his leg. What? Water? A pool of water relentlessly spreads across the floor, already seeping into the chest. Damn it, no! Suddenly, the lights shut off. A scream is heard, followed by a myriad of shouts. Hugo is about to call out to Noah, but stops at the sight of pale feet before him. Looming over him stands a tall and ominous figure. His face is shrouded in complete darkness, devoid of any human emotion. It appears as a young man, but Hugo knows that it's far from it. No, this very thing is trying to imitate a human form. Trying to be human. Hugo could only stare back. Paralyzed with fear, he is forced to watch the horror as it slowly creeps towards him. Just like before, the sensation of someone staring at him from within. But this time, nearer. Inching ever so closely. The words to call out to Colby or Noah fail to reach out. Lodged in his throat, he struggles in pain. With his breath shallow, he tries to force his body to move. And then it stops. Looking down at Hugo, filled with nothing but malice and contempt, it speaks. All of a sudden, the door to the bedroom slams shut and the entity disappears. It's the Hat Man. Oh man, I've taken too much Benadryl. Oh, too much Benadryl, man. I've been taking paracetamol every day of the week for my fucking back pain, man. I'm surprised if I don't see the Hat Man. The tension from his body finally releases its agonizing grip, and he grasps desperately for air. His vision blurred and breathing jagged, he staggers towards the door. He yanks at the handle several times, but it's tightly jammed. Fuck. Noah, Colby! To his dismay, he is only greeted with silence at the other end of the door. Damn it! From a distance, he faintly hears the sounds of Colby's relentless barking as it gets further away from the house. Hugo rushes towards the window. He tries to pry it open, but just like the door, a heavy force prevents him from doing so. Fuck this. Frantically looking around the room, he spots a nearby chair. Without a moment sooner, Hugo grabs the chair and starts to strike the window. Bit by bit, the window cracks. Bit by bit, the window cracks get larger with each blow, splitting off smaller pieces. What the hell is this thing made out of? Still trying to catch his breath, he musters all the strength he has left for a final blow. Damn you, just break already. Clearing out the remaining glass shards, Hugo peers his head out to see any railing he can grab a hold of. However, he discovers instead that the wall adjacent is covered in ivy. Despite how heavy the rain has drastically become, he reaches out for it, grabbing a handful of vines. Carefully, he climbs out the window, gripping tightly and making sure he doesn't lose his footing. Yet, to his luck, the patches of vines he clutches start to tear away from the wall. Out of desperation, he struggles to find his grip on another, but fails when his hand slips out of reach. Shit. Nice. Clamoring wildly as he loses grip on the ivy, he crashes down into a thicket of bushes. Air forced out of him, he heaves uncontrollably, trying to even out his breathing. But even that is laborious, and an immense pain spreads across not only his back, but his entire body. God, I'm getting too old for this. Although his body screams out in pain, he forces himself up. There's still time. I can do this. I have to do this. With staggering feet and haggard breathing, he makes his way to the place where it all started. To the lake, where this tragedy starts and ends. Wow, a game about drowning. Finally entering through the park, Hugo calls out to Colby and Noah. Through the park? When did we mention a park? Colby, Noah, where are you? He hears faintly the sound of barking and echoes of people yelling in the distance. He rushes towards the echoes, guiding him through the downpour. With his heart racing and blood rushing to his head, he finds his way to the lake. Drawing closer, he sees Nina giving chase to her grandfather. Unfortunately, she doesn't get too far as Noah stops her. Grandpa. Okay, yeah, Grandpa stopped Grandpa. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this in my monotone voice. Let me go. My grandpa, he's what? Nina, please, it's dangerous. You'll get hurt too. I don't care. I don't want to lose anyone anymore. It's at an instant Hugo trudges against the water, pursuing in Nina's stead. Hugo! No, don't! Woof, 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 woof. Let me grow! Please, pleas for death to his ears. Not even the whines and worries cries of his partner could make him turn back. Determined, he trudges further in. Nearing the deep end, he sees Henry Mortimer gazing directly at the abyss. He looks even more frail and dishevelled, there we go, as if all the life has been drained for him, surrendering it all to the lake. Before Henry could lean in, Hugo reaches out and tugs at his arm. Mr. Mortimer, listen to me. Nothing is waiting for you down there, so please come back to the shore with me. Motionless and unresponsive, he still stares deeply into the water. There are so many things we can't afford to lose in our lives, and you're one of them. To Nina, you're all she has left. She needs you, Mr. Mortimer. Hugo felt it, a slight jolt from Henry's arm as if stirred by the mention of Nina. He slowly turns to face Hugo. Nina. However, just as cool and violent as the storm, Henry jerks back. Wrenching his arm away from Hugo's hold on him. All of this is my fault. If only I had gone to Lewis sooner, then none of this would have happened. Henry inches closer to the edge. Lewis, I'm sorry. I should have what? Gone in his stead? Gone with him? You know that wouldn't resolve anything. Not for you or Lewis. I read what he wrote to you all those years ago. He understood if you didn't want to come and see him. But the thing is, Mr. Mortimer, Lewis never thought anything less of you. The locket is proof of that. Lewis's locket? Yes, it's the symbol of his love for you. That's why you don't have to shoulder all of that pain by yourself anymore. We can talk about it. About you and Lewis. All of it together. Hugo extends not only his hand to him, but a promise. A promise that Henry had yearned for so long. A way to forgive himself. He hesitates at first. What a fool believes in a deserved forgiveness? Such a thing doesn't exist. And yet, despite everything, Hugo still reaches out to him, to a stranger. Maybe he can be forgiven. Just as he was about to reach out for Hugo, a hand slithers around Henry's instead. His arms unnaturally contort around him, whilst his head perches on his shoulder. Whilst its head perches on his shoulder, even. This thing, this Lewis is no longer pretending to be human. With piercing cold green eyes, it glares directly at Hugo, mocking him, cursing him, wishing nothing but despair. We can be saved. We can be forgiven. There is only one true way out of this. I will share it with you, the most happiest of endings. Before Hugo could reach out for Henry's hand, he disappears into the water. Mr. Mortimer, without hearing the anguished cries of desperate pleas, Hugo dives in after him, into the abyss. Plunging into the icy waters, Hugo feels shock running rampant throughout his body, like spikes go into what? Go into the dark? Like spikes continuously piercing from his legs to the tips of his fingers, fiercely and unyielding. His chest tightens as his heart races as he begins to kick his legs, hoping whichever way he goes, he'll find his way to Henry. Swimming deeper and deeper in, he sees faintly a figure slowly descending into the darkness. Exclamation mark. As he finally gets closer to Henry, long snake-like arms stretch around the void and grab Hugo's neck, violently squeezing all the air out from him. He tries desperately to wrench his hand away, but with each struggle, triple exclamation point, but with each struggle, Hugo's movements begin to weigh heavier and heavier. Lewis, where are you, Lewis? Hugo, is Hugo? Why did I say Hugo? It's because I said Hugo just before there. I am a dumbass. It's looking for Lewis. Digging deeper into his coat pocket, he grabs tightly in his hand the locket that Henry kept and had long forgotten. Holding it out, it shines ever so brightly in the dark. Sip the water. There we go. Wonderful. Ah, there you are. It releases his grip on Hugo, and instead reaches out for the locket. Taking this as a chance, he drops the chain and kicks with all his might to grab Henry's arm. With his heart burning and his body screaming, he swims desperately to the surface. Almost there. I just have to. As the lights from the surface begin to blur, Hugo makes one last attempt to reach for it. With his limbs worn and his energy spent, this is all he can do. Before he loses his consciousness, he notices a swigger? Yes, he notices a figure swimming towards them. It's like figure, but spelt with an S. Yeah, I ain't repeating that. I got the swimming and the F of figure mixed around. Oh, it was like squig. A squigger. Yes. Definitely. You know what, moving on. Getting closer and closer. And then everything fades to black. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Drifting along what feels like an endless sea, Hugo courses through wave after wave, not knowing where he's going or caring for the matter. All he knows is that he's very, very tired. How long has it been since he had a good night's rest? It's been too long. Maybe I should take that rest now. I'd like that so much. I agree. You deserve it, but not here. I'm sorry for startling you. I just wanted to see you before I go. Lewis, you've done so much for me and Henry. Thank you. No worries. Look at that dumb smile. I wish I had that dumb smile. From a far-off distance, a voice cries out to him, beckoning for him to come back. Well, I guess this is it. Take care, Hugo. With his eyes closed and his senses still returning, he feels the constant tugs and licks of a certain bloodhound. Whining as he tries to wake up his partner. Hugo! He also hears another familiar voice, too annoyingly close for comfort. Eyes shot right open, he jerks up. Confused, Hugo looks around before he coughs up the remaining water in his lungs. Are you alright? Hugo starts to pat his back whilst Colby continues to whine over Hugo. What happened? Where's Mr. Mortimer? He's safe, so is Nina. They're both okay. The police and the ambulance should be arriving soon. Thank goodness. Isn't there something you have to say to me? Instead of, thank goodness? I swear, you don't listen to a damn word I say. I'm sorry, Noah. Exhausted, he lets out a sigh. He then continues to pat Hugo's back aggressively with someone approaching them. Detective Lauren. Oh, Nina. There's someone I want you to meet. Behind her stands an elderly man. Frail in stature, he timidly looks to the side. Pensively, as he ponders to himself. Pensively? Did I say that right? Pensively? Pensively, as he ponders to himself. You right there, Capybara? Are you still with me? Have you forgiven me? I do apologize. I'm here, but I think my comment got eaten. Which comment was that? Although his youth had long faded, his eyes are what catches Hugo's attention. Thanks. Oh, penissively. They're no longer a piercing and vicious green. Only eyes just like Nina's. Hello, Mr. Mortimer. Detective. I never got the chance to say goodbye to him. I always thought about it every day. What if Lewis lived on in this world? What if he had stayed a little longer with me? It's because of that constant mindset I dragged everyone down. And I kept hurting not only me, but Nina especially. I was the only one who kept hurting her, the one to blame for all of this. But you, someone that I've never met, still went out of your way to save me. Not knowing my burdens or my faults. Thank you. Hugo reaches out to Henry and smiles brightly at him. It's my pleasure, sir. But before he lets go, Henry tugs at Hugo's hand one last time. I hope that someday you will overcome it too. You too will overcome it. Yeah, my writing style would have done this differently. That dumb grin again, I know. I hope that someday you too will overcome it. The next day, 8 a.m. Well, good morning, Hugo. You're bright and early. Morning. With much fervour and haste, Hugo resumes writing on his notepad. Although by closer inspection, he looks like he's going to combust at any minute. Are you writing up the report? Without looking up, Hugo responds back. Yeah, for the most part. You still need to write yours too. I will. But since I haven't had breakfast yet, and I don't like eating by myself, let me guess. 2 is better than 1. Bingo. Wow, Hugo. You're really catching on. I'm so proud of you. Ah, shut it, will you? I swear, if only I hadn't fallen off... Yeah, that's a lot of F's there. I swear, if only I hadn't fallen off from the goddamn window... Oh, okay, that was referring to earlier. Maybe my report would have been shorter. Before Noah could begin to cut the bacon, he pauses at the mention of Hugo's report. Oh yeah, by the way, mind telling me what happened to the Mortimer's window? I broke it. Well, that's obvious to me. What I don't understand is, why is it broken? Do you know how much it costs to repair a window like that? I know. It was really dumb of me. I'm sorry. Besides, I told Mr. Mortimer about it before we left. Honestly, I wasn't expecting an earful from him. And also the bill. And, surprisingly enough, he said it was okay. So what, you just called it a day after all of that? Thank you so much, Mr. Mortimer. You broke it, and you pay for it. Would you chill? Of course I'll pay for it. But each time I kept insisting, he just shrugged it off. Said that we already went through a lot for them, so this was nothing in comparison. Ugh. You know what? He's right. After all we went through, I deserve at least a nap. Hugo puts down his pen and proceeds to head for the couch. Oh, my back. Woof. Hugo puts down his pen and proceeds to head for the couch. Colby follows after him. Wait, what about breakfast? I'll eat it later. It's nap time now. Heavily sighing, Noah sets aside the food on his desk and joins the other two at the couch. Ugh, I'm getting old. I mean, you are old. Shut it. Colby whines. Cute, I know. Colby whines asking for head scratches. Where's my mouse, by the way? Oh, it's up there. Sorry, boy. Silently, Hugo scratches the back of Colby's ears as he leans closer to Noah. You know, I'm glad you came along yesterday. Oh, what's this? Are you getting chummy with me now? Call it chummy or whatever, but I really mean it. If you hadn't saved us back there... Look. Yeah, oh my god, you're absolutely right. Just pins and needles like that are the worst. Look, I told you before. I'll be there whenever you get yourself into reckless shit. Besides, didn't you say this was nap time? Get some rest. You deserve it. You too. A calming silence fills the room as the three fall deeper into sleep. A calming silence fills the room as the three fall deeper into sleep. No big parties or celebrations. Just each other's comfort and sharing the small but rewarding night's rest. Good end. A night's rest. Thank you for playing. Ta-da! The end. That was wrong. No credits, apparently. Yay! What's this? Are these, let's have a look around, shall we? This is a good soundtrack. I wish I could actually buy the OST of this game. It's quite nice. Let's have a look at the concept gallery. Is this the Mortimers? Like, oh, this must be the flesh-changing Louis thing. Look at the dog! Is this Hugo? He has different hair here. Yeah. Doggy. Oh, is that Noah? You can definitely... I feel like these are like the more angular faces you would find in like a Boy Love. Whilst the faces in game are a bit more softer. Still amazing concept art. Look at that. Oh, they did the face. They did the face. I love it. Yeah, that's the one. I couldn't remember the actual terminology for it. Oh, more of Colby. Oh, these are... Yeah, of course, these are all different artists, I presume. We're gonna be late. No. That is adorable. You know what, Leon? No, Noah. It's because his name is Noah de Leon. You're absolutely right. Oh, dear. That's hilarious. I love it. And this must be all of the faces. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Oh, chat's in the way. I just want to have this dumb face all the time. Get out the way. There we go. But yeah, mood. And yeah, look at Noah. That's cute. Customer service. Playful. Defeated by Colby. This is Nina. I like how the neutral and surprised are like barely different, but then again, that is very common for these types of dog. Oh, and got the OG sketches. There he is, happy, dumb, happy face. These are great. Oh, dev notes. How long are these? Hi, my name is Anri, and I'm the writer and creator of Stillwater. At the beginning of this journey, I was extremely nervous about my writing. Don't worry, it was fantastic. Any criticisms from me, don't worry, I'm nitpicky. As my first game jam, I placed an unnecessary amount of pressure on my shoulders. I've had many setbacks throughout this month, but I've come to learn so much more about not only myself, but also about my friends and their passion for this project. They've made this story for what it has become, and I am proud they were a part of this journey with me. Hugo, my beloved detective, was with me all throughout my high school years, from concepts to alternative stories. I would draw him all the time after lunch or during class. However, after a while, I just stopped. I wouldn't think of him, nor would I draw him anywhere. He was always floating, never landing. I want to see more art of Hugo, thank you very much. I shall have to do some digging around somewhere. Yeah. Always there from the beginning. You watched Columbo as a child, didn't you? Ayo, Otter here. I was the sprite artist and the UI designer, as well as other jobs for Stillwater. This has been so far the wildest month for me. Oh god, this was made in a month. I can't imagine the pressure. My first game, my first jam and all, with a team no less. Yeah. Everyone went off on this project. Hell yeah. Background for this game. Humble studio game, the first release. These are all so wholesome, and the programmer. Wild but a fun ride. Especially learn how to use Ren'Ply. Animating those scenes. Let's hope Hugo gets another case to solve soon. Yes, bring me more Hugo. Bring me more Hugo and Noah. We created this studio in hopes. I just clicked my fingers. That with all of our talents combined, we can help bring each other's ideas to life. Where's the squeakquel? Give me the sequel. I believe this actually released on Steam, even though I found it on itch.io. It's on Steam. I think it like came around like August 2022 or a little bit later. Credits. Bird site. Presence of music. HM Mix Gallery. I do like the music, very atmospheric. Good old Zap Splat. Good old Zap Splat. Good old fonts. I do like. Thank you for putting in the fonts. Beta testers. Same. I'd have to check that out. What the hell is a Ren'Ply? Spooktober Annual Visual Novel Game Jam 2021. There. Studio Clump. That was great. Right. I suppose that's the end for me. Let's put on something happier. There we go. Oh, Python. Okay. Renply. Okay. I actually work with someone who devs a lot in Python, so I might ask him. Yeah. Right. I hope you enjoyed that story. I did immensely. I wonder if they do a sequel, they're gonna do the same thing that they did with Knives Out, where they'll add like a Hugo Lawrence story, Stillwater, or the Valley of Madness or something. I don't know. We need to yell at them on social medias. Yeah, I absolutely loved it. I gave them $5, also known as £4.11. Honestly, deserves more. This, imagine what they could do with like full funding. That would be amazing. Need to yell at them on socials. Don't yell at them. Just be like, "Hey, I really enjoyed your game. That was great. I'd love to see some more." But yeah, amazing. Right. I'm finishing early for once. It's only 2:30. So, I guess this is it. Thank you for joining me with my stumbling over the words and me saying questionable fuck ups with the words. Yeah, I got that word really messed up. Anyways, I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the art. And I should do more. It's just been a bit of a difficult week, and I haven't done anything like this in a month. And Lies of P, that sounds familiar. What was that? Lies of P. Lies of P. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen things float around of that. Was it? When? I must have missed that. Oh. But yeah, one thing that I've kind of learned, let's say, from like streaming Signalis is, yeah, they showed a trailer. Yeah, I think I remember. But to be fair, there was a lot of garbage during the Summer Game Fest. Literally, the only decent announcement was the PC Ensemble Stars. Yeah, there was. Oh my god, just don't even get started on the Summer Game Fest. I went back and watched the bloody Nintendo live stream as well. Just like, did it really need a Nintendo Direct? Like, to be honest, but oh well. And don't worry about that sound. That was my foot running across the aluminium leg of my chair, or aluminum leg of my chair. Yeah, one thing that I've kind of been a little bit adverse to doing is, and what I've learned from streaming Signalis is, I don't really want to play long games anymore. I want to play like short, sort of diverse games which tell interesting narratives. I mean, Signalis did tell a very interesting narrative, but doing like 6 parts out of it was really draining. It's why I didn't bother to do a part 2 of Bolt Gun, because I had to look at the level select and there's like 3 other chapters of like 10 different levels, and I'm not going to bother sinking this amount of time into it. It's a good game, but just wasn't the vibes. But yeah, like I remember after doing Signalis, I did Monster Prom, and I just had so much fun by just, laughing at all of the jokes and such. I want to do more visual novels is basically what I'm kind of saying. Yeah, I was a bit adverse to doing this one because at the start it said there may be jump scares in it, and I'm like, oh no, I can't do a jump scare visual novel. I'll die. Also, have you noticed that my stomach has stopped rumbling? I guess I kind of got used to it. But yeah. How long have we been going? 1 hour and 40 minutes. I also thought about doing like Google Map walkarounds, just out of boredom, just exploring. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be doing visual novels all the time. Like, there are some games that I do want to play, but I'm just not in the mood for committing any time more than just, one episode or something. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for joining me, Capybara. And the 2 other people who joined me very briefly, someone called Charlie, as well as that guy who just came and just spammed, not even spam, it was just this really weird comment which was hilarious. I'm like, what do you mean? I hope you're okay. But I'm just kind of rambling on now. Yeah. Alright. This is giving me time to watch your stream tomorrow, I guess. Sounds good to me. Alright, I really enjoyed that. I really did. It was wholesome. Apart from the horror elements, but it had a very wholesome story. I shall watch you die tomorrow. I don't know. It hit me in the heart. Let's just say that. And I hope my voice reading wasn't too monotone, and my rambling over words and tripping up on my own sentences and things like that. I do worry about it a lot. I don't have the most, well, I don't know. It's been a weird week, but I think everyone has been quite supportive, so thank you. I forgive you for sounding British. I'm you know what, just for being British, I'm going straight to the bottom of that lake straight away, That is my crime. But yeah. I don't know why I'm sticking about. I do know why I'm sticking about. I am enjoying the music. Gonna look for Excalibur down there. I'm sorry, but Saber's already taken it. That is a Fate Stay Night reference. Yeah, that series that I have not engaged with for about 5 years. That one game where it was like, oh, it'd be nice to play if it came over to be available in Europe. And when it did, I kind of moved on and I couldn't be bothered to pick it up. Yeah. I really do dig this music. It's just like so happy. You've got your happy vibes, you've got your sad vibes. It's good. It's good. I shall have to find an OST list there somewhere. Yeah. I am rambling. because I am tired. Oh god. Oh yes, relaxing music. Amazing. Fantastic. Great. Just... Can... Something nice, please. There we go. Okay. I'll stop rambling. I'm gonna go now. Thank you for joining me. I'll catch you another time. Ciao.